Hello, Math Club, and welcome to the Summer of 3D. Uh, so, hopefully this summer we can get you into working with Unity and building some 3D games. This one is an example of a tutorial that's on the website for beginners to help get you guys started. Unity's website. I will just mess around with this here. I've got a little ball that is called RollABall. It's a tutorial. And when you touch the keys, you apply a force to the ball, and you get it to move. And there are these pickup objects. And this is the sort of thing that we're going to get started with as we get into 3D games. So we've got a few objects. These pickup objects, if you think in Scratch, if you think of clones, all these objects are pretty much the same. They're basically clones. So you, just like in Scratch, you build one, and the rest come, and that we've won. We've collected enough. But a lot of this sort of thing, even though it's 3D, and it is, you're going to have to code in text. You're going to have to type out the code. A lot of it works just like what you're used to in Scratch. So I thought to help get you guys started, before you guys started the tutorials for this project and another project like it, I thought I would have you guys work through the exact same project, this exact same game, but building it in Scratch first. For the reason being that it'll refresh your memory with what you know already. And that way, when you learn about the tools, you'll realize that you basically kind of know what you're doing, and the tools really aren't that unfamiliar to you because Scratch isn't that different, really, if you look at it. The website has a tutorial just like this. It's broken down into segments with videos and I modeled this set of videos on these tutorials, so that the Scratch ones will go just like the 3D ones on the Unity website. So you could just go to that if you wanted, but I thought it might help you to work through the Scratch first. One thing I wanted to point out, here's an example of, I guess, what you'll be making in the Scratch version. Oh, I gotta put my name. We probably won't do that, but you just move the thing around, you collect your things, and then you win. So that's the game that we're going to build in Scratch. So we're just going to walk through that just to sort of remind you how everything works and what scripts do and where scripts go. And the reason being is because that's very much just like how Unity works. So here's an example of Unity. It has an editor. It has a preview area. And it has scenes, just like Scratch has backdrops. And you can open a scene, like I'm opening one here, and it sort of loads it. There's a camera in this that's a little different than there's in Scratch. But if you notice, here's all my assets, and here's my hierarchy of objects. This is basically right here like my sprites section. I've got a camera, I've got lights, I've got pickups. Those are my clones of all those objects. I've got walls. These are just like sprites. And just like sprites in Scratch, they each have, so if I go to the pickups, they each have their own scripts and their own properties and their own variables. So here's the rotator script that makes them all turn around. So I think working through the Scratch project will help you realize that this might look confusing, but it's really just like what you've been working with already, I think. So I think it'd be good to work through these projects in Scratch first, and then do them again in Unity. So if that sounds good to you, continue with these videos, and we'll work through these projects in Scratch together.